My name's George Temple, and I'm doing a creative writing course. I taught Masters of Arts at the University of Kent. I did a English and American Literature Masters last year, which is what put me onto the creative writing course.
I'm Elizabeth Grimshaw, and I'm studying Dickens and Victorian culture.
I'm Claire Hurley. I'm currently studying a PhD in modern poetry.
Over the year I was here studying literature, I got to know the people who did creative writing, Simon Smith and Scarlett Thomas, and they were really encouraging and really helpful and really interested. And that was the kind of people I wanted to study with.
I chose to study at Kent because when I was looking for master's programs, I was looking for something specifically in the 19th century. And I applied to several programs that had specifically 19th century focuses, but Kent was the only program that had a specific Dickens focus, so that it was an entire course around one author that had become an expert on one specific area of study that was something that was already a passion of mine, was a perfect fit.
The reason I chose to study at Kent was because I did my undergraduate study here, which I found really good. I really enjoyed it, and it really opened my eyes to studying literature, and then basically I wanted just to continue studying. So I did look at elsewhere. I looked at other universities in London and in Sussex, but overall I found that the quality that I knew was in the School of English brought me back here, particularly the staff and the kind of facilities, and the general atmosphere at Kent is really good, really friendly, so that's why I chose to come back.
One of the modules that I enjoyed the most that I've taken here at Kent was History of the Book, which was a surprise and is the only non-19th century course that I'm taking during my 19th century MA, because we were able to have access to the archives at the Canterbury Cathedral, which is something that I would never have been able to do, I think, anywhere else in the world. So to have unparalleled access to documents from the 14th century is pretty incredible. It's a pretty incredible boon for someone who has no archival experience.
I'd probably say poetry too, with Nancy Gatfield. We had a really good group of students in there, and it was run properly like a seminar with everyone engaged.
I think what I particularly enjoy about being at Kent is the kind of academic community and the kind of environment around the School of English, which is really supportive, really creative, and just offers a really good place to kind of do your research.
I find that the teachers in the School of English here at Kent demand a lot of their students, and I really appreciate that as someone who wants to be challenged by my program. And if I was coming all this way, I wanted to be challenged by my teachers and have them have quite high expectations of me that I would then strive to reach. And I think that it increases the level of discourse that happens within the classroom, and it increases the engagement of the students, that you don't want to let someone you know is a world-class leading academic in your field down when you come to class.
What has really impressed me the most has been the expertise. So Simon Smith teaches the creative writing magazine module, and he used to be the head of the poetry library in London. I mean, he knows all of the publishers, he knows all of, almost every poet that you could stumble across. He's either met them or heard of them or heard them read. And you can't substitute for that.
I think we're really lucky here at Kent that the campus has been designed in such a way that we can live our entire lives in a nice supportive community right here on campus, so that you can wake up in the morning and it's just a quick walk to your first lecture, and then after that you can take a coffee break at one of the bars or restaurants on campus, and that if you choose to do your reading out in the sunshine, you're always able to do that in the green space on campus with the cathedral in sight. It's pretty beautiful.
There's a lot of different events that take place, such as evening reading groups, such as the Modernist Poetry Reading Group, which I attend once a month. And that's a really good place to meet other kind of fellow students and staff members. And then on the wider campus, you've got the library and numerous other computer rooms and facilities available.
Wolf College, it's 60-something% international. It's a fantastic environment. You walk outside and you're liable to hear 5 languages just walking to the Gulbenkian to get a cup of coffee. On Friday night, there's a group of people who want to show you their local cuisine from, Central or Western Africa. And on Saturday night, there's a Greek party. And then on Sunday, like the Russians are having dinner and they invite you over and you eat things like herring inside the fur coat, which you've never heard of before but turn out to be amazing. That's blown me away. Again, like that's one of the best things I think about coming to the University of Kent, is that kind of diversity.
I would definitely recommend studying at the School of English in the University of Kent. I think the department's great. It's got kind of everything you need to kind of really develop not only your academic skills, but also kind of feel really integrated into the whole kind of community that's built around the School of English and the University of Kent in general. We organised a conference that took place yesterday for postgraduate research students, and that was a great way to kind of learn about other people's areas of research and kind of bounce ideas off each other. So I think the University of Kent is great in the fact that it really encourages its students to kind of be independent and think up these kind of initiatives that they'll really support.
I would recommend studying at the School of English at Kent because there are world-class academics here that you get to have personal access to. There are incredible materials that you'll be able to work with that you won't be able to find anywhere else in the world. And you'll be able to graduate from a degree with fellow students who are just as passionate as you are with a internationally recognized degree.